Apparently, when it comes to immigration and immigration enforcement, not everybody in this administration is on the same page. Brooke Rollins, Donald Trump's Secretary of Agriculture, came out, was talking about immigration enforcement, and said, of course, we're going to continue to enforce immigration on farms, and, we'll deal with that. Although Donald Trump a while back had said, no, we're not going to go after farmers, we're not going to go after the hospitality industry, we're not going after restaurants. They need their immigrant workforce. We're going to leave them alone. They can self-enforce on their own. But she comes out and says, no, nothing's off the table. We're going to go after them too. They're not going to be safe on the farm. We're going to go after them. Well, first of all, I thought they were only going after criminals who didn't have jobs and mooched off the system. But if these immigrants they're going after are working on a farm, wouldn't that mean they're not jobless moochers? Just saying. But anyway, she's got a grand plan to replace all the immigrant workers that are going to be missing because she wants to keep the enforcement of immigration going on the farms. A combination of automation and putting Medicaid recipients out in the fields. Well, first of all, for automation, almost all the crops that can be picked automatically, for the most part, are. Farmers will invest in the machinery if they think it saves them money long term, so they already do as much of it that way as they can. The things that are not picked by machine right now can't. Either they're too delicate, or you can harvest over multiple days and weeks, so you can't pull the whole crop all at once because you got to deal with freshness and ripeness, etc. There's a lot of nuance to a lot of this. So automation, not necessarily going to be a factor. And then she turns around and says, well, we'll put Medicaid recipients out there. There's 34 million of them. They can go out and work the fields. Problem is, that's saying that all Medicaid recipients are jobless, able-bodied Americans. That's not true. First of all, you got some of them which are disabled who couldn't go do that physically demanding job. Some of them are children, again, can't go out because of labor laws and do that job. And then you got a big chunk of the rest who do hold jobs. This jobless talking point has been something the Republicans have been spewing for 40 years. But that's her grand plan. They're not on the same page. She just embarrassed Donald Trump by basically saying he didn't know what they're actually going to do. They're going to do something entirely different, and what he says doesn't matter. Now, we'll see how Donald Trump reacts to this if he gets embarrassed by it, because she may not be in that position for long if he thinks she embarrassed him too much.